Okay, folks, we're here on Pleasant Meadow Creamery today in May, and doing some cleanup of this stuff, which came from a logging job. I think it was last year. We took a large tree out near the barn, and we just kind of set all this scrap up against this tree. So the other thing I'm doing today is I'm burning large piles, and lastly I am heaping manure, and then tomorrow I'm going to be spreading manure. So basically I'm working with manure management today. We have a very large manure pile, which you're going to see in this video, from the winter. Now in the future, our manure management is going to be a little bit different. We're going to use a composted batty pack barn. And so we won't be moving stuff out into piles as the season progresses. We'll just be building up in the barn itself, which requires that we have concrete walls about 4 feet deep on the sides. That's going to be a new barn. This summer we're going to start building a new milking parlor. That's why we have to, looking at that, it looks like someone nested there. So we have to move this other manure pile slightly. It's over there in the distance, in order to make room for the new building. And so one of the things we do is we compost our manure. The stuff we're going to be heaping today is fresh from this year. Then we have some manure here, which is over a year old. That is going to get spread on the fields tomorrow. What's left? We've spread a lot of it already. And then we have another pile that'll get spread in the fall. The reason we compost it is it does some amazing things for the field. That's the only thing we have to put out there, because we don't add any fertilizer or anything else. But this is the pile that's going to get spread tomorrow. And so you can see, if you dig into it, it's very moist inside. But that's what it looks like. It's been here a while. A little dry on the outside. But you get into it, it's very moist, and kind of smells like soil, actually. Very neutral. Still a little bit clumpy though. There's my glove, so it doesn't stick to it too badly. And you'll see the pile we're working with now is goopy, fresh stuff that's still hot. Now on the tractor, the ability to close the claw. So there it is. And we're going to head back to the burn pile. So I've been just doing some general cleanup, which is good. of it to gather and then burn. Show it to you for very long because this is really tedious work. The first thing you do when you're scooping these things is you want the bucket coming in pretty level, and I have an indicator out there on the front which tells me if it's level or not. And then this stuff's heavy and I don't currently have a weight on the back. I have ballast in the tires. What I do is I make sure I only grab not exactly what I'm capable of grabbing as far as volume. I'm more concerned about weight. So you can tip a farm tractor over pretty easily. I mean, the thing is just kind of floating. And I have these interesting tires on here which are great. They don't run high pressure though. They run 16 to 18 pounds. Which I don't know, I'm not a huge fan. But we had some here that were, when I first got the tractor, they were 32 pounds on the front. Believe it or not, I actually had one blow up one hot summer day. I mean, it was just a boom, and there went the tire. I think the tires are about, those front tires, if I recall, about $400 a piece. Not exactly cheap. And I think these are called Titans. Pretty nice tires, but if you look at them, they look like they're really flat when there's a load like this on them. And the key is to just get a feel for a machine like this, and then you can tell when it's going to go over or not. It's just real floaty. Now I'm bringing up essentially we're going to be putting a building right over there, and so we got to have this ground dry out with all this fresh poop that's been sitting on it, and you can see steam. See, I switch back and forth between rotating the bucket and then clamping down on it. And I don't move very you can see the aging on this, and we're actually in the newer part of the pile. We started on the far end, and then we've been building out this way. So the stuff on this end is newer than the stuff on the far end. But imagine it's all going to look about the same when we get in. It's actually super heavy. See our young calves out there and turkeys. We don't own the turkeys, those are wild turkeys. Let that bucket come up. Now, right there, I got that tire up. So I dropped it because I could just barely feel the whole thing. See, and I just felt the weight shift. So that's why I go kind of slow, so I can feel things happening. Because this stuff's super heavy. I don't know what the weight is. Since I'm not here weighing it. Switching that switch again to basically bounce back and forth between bucket rotation and claw up and down. So this stuff's going to sit here a long time, so the goal is to have it out of the way. This is going to be spread probably next April or May, so just about a year. And in that time, it's going to do a lot of changing inside, become more like what that other one looks like. And then it spreads out nicer on the field. I know a lot of barns, well, especially tie stall barns, spread fresh because it's just poo. But we essentially have a lot of organic material here. Not organic like certified organic. Organic like carbon-based. So you can see why I'm doing this. It's super yucky over there where the tires are, and with the building coming, we don't want the yuck to be there anymore. We need this to totally dry out. I may even harrow the area. Maybe. I was contemplating harrowing it and then reseeding. Now the tractor I'm driving is a New Holland. It's a 2000 and I think year 2000. TL80. It's 80 horsepower. '67 on the PTO, has about 1,100 pounds ballast in the rear tires. That's a calcium solution. I actually bought this tractor in 2008. So it is now, it has 2,430 hours. And I bought it before I even had the dairy. Because I had a 90 horsepower John Deere backhoe. That just detected my weight shifting. So 90 horsepower John Deere turbo backhoe when we did our initial construction out here. Now, one advantage the backhoe has is it's obviously with all the weight of the hoe on the back, it makes a great loader. And so when you get a farm tractor, it's a far more useful piece of machinery, but it doesn't have nearly the stability, and it'll never have the loader speed that a backhoe does, which means speed on the up down. Like, the reality is, if you time out the New Holland, I don't remember what the speed is, but it's much slower than the John Deere backhoe was. Like, I don't know, 5 seconds on the race. And you can kind of see that. It's maybe why it doesn't look like I work very quickly. And there's a dial. You can dial it up and dial it back. I actually have this at the max. It's just not that fast. That's all there is to it. Just